Hey guys, welcome to the channel. It's Jack with Stronghold Strength and Conditioning. And today, I'm taking you through a quick 10-minute mobility routine for after a long day of driving or travel in general. But before we get into it, make sure you take a moment and hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss out on future content like this. Every Thursday, I'm putting out videos showing you how to resolve the aches and pains, prevent injuries, and overall optimize your performance inside the gym and outside of it in your daily life and routine. And it doesn't get much better than that. So go ahead and take advantage. Ready? Let's go ahead and dive into this one. All right guys, so today we've got a quick 10-minute mobility routine just to get you refreshed after that long day of driving, sitting in a car or sitting in an airplane if it's a long day of travel in general for you. So we're going to be focusing on some key areas that we really lose mobility in when we are sitting in that position for such a long time. So looking at the spinal mobility, we're going to look at the hips a little bit, the foot and the ankle, and we're going to get the shoulder positioning. So it's going to be a pretty full body routine. There is no equipment necessary. I'm trying to make this as minimal as possible. So we're doing stuff that you could use. You might have access to a chair or something like that. That's why I got my box here and pretty much the wall. So between those two things, you should have everything that you need in your hotel or in the room that you're in, and you're good to go from there. So, ready? Let's go ahead and dive right into it. Alright guys, we're going to be starting with some thoracic extension here. We're going to be using that box, or you can use the arm of a chair if you need, so a couch arm works well. You could even use the edge or cushions, the edge of your bed if you need, anything that you can place those elbows up on. We're going to spend about a minute in each position here. What I want to do is push those elbows up as high as I can, allowing them to get as vertical as possible and letting my scapula, my shoulder blades, slide down toward my mid-back together. I want to try and keep my hands apart from one another as I touch my scapula, so you might find that they want to creep toward each other as you get deeper into the stretch, but try and keep them apart as much as you're able to. Keep the abs tight here, making sure that we're not arching from our lumbar spine too much, so we do want to keep some abdominal engagement to keep you from arching the low back, and keep it in the thoracic spine as much as possible here. Keep holding, take some nice deep breaths here, focus on that abdominal contraction, and then we're going to go into some rotations. So with the hands behind the head, elbows on that same surface, what you want to do is push down the elbow that is contacting the bench, the arm of the chair, whatever it is that you're using, and rotate as far open as you can with the other hand reaching the elbow toward the ceiling. We're going to look up toward the ceiling as well, and you want to think about connecting or trying to touch your shoulder blades as much as possible, opening up your chest into that rotation. So we're going to do about 5 on one side and then 5 on the other here, keeping that elbow planted. Feel the upper back rotate into that, squeezing the muscles of the upper back, keeping the neck relaxed as much as you can in these rotations. Alright, very good. Next, we're going to be switching into a pigeon position here. So I want you to interlace the fingers of the opposite hand into the foot, the toes of the other foot here. And then we're opening up the knee as much as you're able to. Now, if you need to adjust this one and you're not able to do this position from the floor, what you can do is prop your leg up on the arm of the couch, the seat of the couch, the edge of the bed, whatever it is that you need, again, to elevate that leg, and do it from a standing position to start. This is an easier way to get into this stretch and open up those hips into external rotation as much as possible. Think shoulder blades down and back, one hand on the knee, one hand interlacing the toes of the foot, and even allowing that foot to get pinned so that the top of the foot is down toward the bed or the arm of the chair or the floor, whatever it is that you're on. Go ahead and switch sides here. So once again, interlacing the fingers with the toes of the opposite foot, getting that set, and then extending back into that full pigeon. Now, The back leg we want to make sure is internally rotated. So as I reach that leg back, I'm trying to reach through the smallest toes to help stabilize that hip in this position as much as possible. Do the best you can here in this position. Try and take some deep breaths as you relax. If the glutes are really tight on the front leg, what you can do is contract and release them a few times actively, about 5 seconds at a time, flexing the glutes and then releasing, flexing the glutes and releasing, to help ease that intensity of the muscle contraction and stretch in that position. Alright, bringing it back down a notch here, we're going to tuck the toes under as we sit with our butt to our heels here, and just play with your head and neck a little bit in this position. Feel what feels good. Try and let those toes restore their extension here as you reach for the floor, keeping the shoulders down and back. Now you can reach fingertips, see how close you can get the palm to the floor, keeping the arm long, and again, playing with the neck position, what feels good. Now flatten out those feet, and same concept, shoulders down and back here as we sit in this plantar flexed position. If this is a little bit much for you to begin with, you can place a pillow between your butt and your calf to help yourself relax into the position a little bit better. Next, we're going to place both feet against the wall and drop one knee deep into the corner where the floor and the wall meet. This is called the couch stretch. Start in level 1 here, placing the hands and the one leg out front in line with the hands here. And if you're able to, we're going to go a little bit more vertical after this. So give it a few seconds in this position, and if you feel like you can come upright, that's where we ultimately want to end up. Now in this position, we want to make sure we're not arching our back to get into that vertical position. So keep the abs engaged, keep the glutes engaged, and we're flexing and releasing that back hip to once again activate and release the tissues around the hips in this position. So it might be a pretty tight stretch through those quadriceps. This one often is for a lot of people, especially if you do a lot of driving regularly. Alright, and switching sides. So once again, both feet start flat to the wall, drop one knee deep to the corner, step the other foot out front, placing it in line with the hands, and start in level 1. If this is as far as we can get today, that is perfectly okay, know that. So if you need to stay here, you stay here. But if you can go vertical, go ahead and bring it up tall, abdominals engaged, glutes engaged, making sure we have a nice straight line there, opening up those hip flexors, stretching out those quadriceps. Alright, from here we're going to sit with our backs against the wall as deep as you can into a squat here. So you want to see if you can get the heels close to the butt close to the corner of the wall, and then we're pulling the shoulder blades down and back into the wall as well. So we're working on resetting our posture in this position here. Now you can drop the elbows a little bit lower if you need, down by the hips, or if you want to try a little bit more advanced position, you go ahead and put the back of the wrist to the wall. Don't think about reaching the knuckles. We want the actual back of the wrist to the wall, or the whole back of the forearm to get to the wall. That's the ultimate goal, making sure that our arms are doing external rotation in this position and we're feeling the engagement of those back muscles to pull into that good posture. Alright, slowly making your way out of that one to the floor, lying on your back. You're going to place your left arm underneath your lumbar spine, abs engaged, and then you're going to look toward your right arm. So we want to look away from the arm that's underneath our back. And from here, we're just doing some nice deep diaphragmatic breathing as we look at the shoulder internal rotation. And switching sides, placing the right arm under the low back now and looking toward the left arm, placing that ear to the ground, making sure that we're maximizing that stretch as much as possible through the neck and shoulder here, and taking some nice deep diaphragmatic breaths. Think about pulling the shoulder blades down and back together as we open up the chest as much as possible in this position. Allow yourself to relax. Try not to fight any tension that you feel in this position as the arm is in a stretch here. All right, and there you guys have it. A quick 10-minute full body mobility routine to have you refreshed and ready to go after a long day of driving or travel. If you guys like this video, make sure you let me know by clicking that big thumbs up down below, and take a moment to share this one with a friend that you know does a lot of driving or travels. Make sure you pass that love their way. If you guys are here and you're looking to improve your overall mobility, make sure you take a moment to sign up for my 7-day mobility training challenge. That's down below in the description. Similar to this, it is completely equipment free. They are 15-minute sessions that are designed to take you from head to toe and put you through a little bit of a litmus test to see where you're missing range of motion, flexibility, or even motor patterning and control at the joints, and help you identify those areas that are putting you at risk for further training aches and pains or injuries in general. So make sure you take advantage of it. You can sign up down below in the description and get started today. It is completely free, and it is in the form of a mini course. So it'll take you through some things that will actually give you even the basics of mobility training as you go through it. Last but not least, if you have not already, make sure you take a moment and hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss out on future content like this. Every Thursday, I'm putting out videos showing you how to resolve aches and pains, prevent injuries, and overall optimize your performance inside the gym and outside of it in your daily life and routine. And it does not get better than that. So take advantage of it. Welcome to the Stronghold Army. I'll catch you guys next week.